So great question. I think it was on a non-duality video. Really appreciate these. Very inspirational and really helps me talk about different topics. And I've got a long list of these. I know I'm slow to respond. But it's such a good one. For me, it goes all the way back to when I was a kid. And I'll tell you a story at the end about that. But the question is, how can a non-dualistic universe coexist in a universe with individual souls? Well, this is such a wonderful example of how the thinking mind is so limited that when it tries to really conceptualize reality, which is to say put reality in some mental box that the thinking mind is capable of thinking of, it just fails. And so we've got the Trinity in Christianity. The word Trinity just means three is one. And let the left brain do its math on that, and it's going to fail. What these pointers are to help us shift from the linear thinking mode to the more mysterious. And again, when I talk about mysticism or something that's mysterious, it's only mysterious to the thinking mind. It's just simply the desert of the real world as it is, as I just finished a video on. And the real world, of course, is always a mystery to the thinking mind. But we've got data from quantum mechanics that really show that the limitations of the thinking mind, because when we went to measure how the universe is built, the architecture of the universe, and it seemed like, well, on the one hand it's waves, and on the other hand it's particles, and we look for waves, we find waves, and we look for particles, we find particles, and the conclusion was only it's both or it's neither. And so, the one is two, and the two is one. And again, that's not the kind of math that the left brain is really good at. But this all goes back to being in church, and I might have been 6, 7, or 8, I don't remember. But the sermon must have been something about Genesis, because it was all about God creating the universe. And I desperately wanted to ask a question as a kid, but that would have been really unheard of. But I wanted to ask, if God had created all of this, what did God use to create it all except God? And so, at least for me, that's been the way I look at the relation between how we can have individual souls, and individual souls can coexist in a non-dualistic universe.